what's going on in the Prycon universe. If you've been keeping up to date with Echoes of Betrayal, then you'll know the characters have kind of gone off in two directions, and the reason for that is because you've got Auchinleck and the Suberus division over here, and you've got Hadley and the rebels over here, and you've also got something called the Star of Governance. What is the Star of Governance? Well, I had the idea of this biometric computer, which is it's kind of like sentient, but it's sentient because of the way that it's programming. I wondered how this would happen, whether or not it's actually possible whether it's possible in reality. And you'll be surprised to know that in theory it is, because I've used the technique of the wafer microprocessing, like your microchips in your mobile phone. They have billions of chips, and the way that they're generated, I've put in the theory with the Star of Governance that in that process that they can take genetics and weave genetic code into the process of making the chip, hence the biometric computer, which is on a quantum level. So the Star of Governance is something that theoretically, at least, is possible. So, and that's the way that we're going really with technology and chips and data and all of that, because everyone's after your data. So I've just taken it to another level with the Star of Governance. The Star of Governance is going to play a key role with the Echoes of Betrayal series, and then it will become something established. Think of the ring from Lord of the Rings, the One Ring. So it's going to be kind of like that, but it won't have the influence in future books. It only affects the royalists, who are a group of people that have decided not to adhere to the colony system since Earth has been wiped out. So the basis of the Prycon universe is Earth has been annihilated via an asteroid, and in that process, because we were given plenty of time that this was going to happen, we've been able to establish technology that's got us to where we're at in the future on this new colonised system. So at the moment, there's around about 12 or 13 different colonies, main colonies. Obviously, there's little settlements on other parts, like other planets and moons and stuff, which would all come into effect later on as the series of books progresses. So at the moment, we've got the Echoes of Betrayal. Echoes of Betrayal is set approximately 100 years before Broken Ceasefire and Returned Fire, which is released later this month. In fact, it's released next week, Sunday. Let's get that right. So the whole point of Echoes of Betrayal is to introduce you to the universe of the Prycon universe in its early days. And what I'm going to be developing as Echoes of Betrayal progresses is more of the lore based for the universe. So if you're enjoying what's going on with the Star of Governance, for example, that's something that is only going to grow more and more. Also, Cyclops is a Krog, and I've kind of briefly mentioned that in the series. Now, at the moment, the Krog population are quite high, but the vault has now been opened, and what the vault will bring now is total chaos for the universe. So humanity might have felt that they're comfortable and they're safe within these new colonies, but now that the vault has been opened, that's going to bring out a new threat for the whole universe. And you'll learn as the story develops the history, why certain technologies that we have today aren't necessarily present in the future, because they're going to be taken care of, if you like. So Echoes of Betrayal is developing. We're about a third of the way through the story, and I'm quite comfortable with where the characters are and everything else, but I am open to your input. So please leave me comments on each episode, and even drop a hint as to where you think the story's going as well. That would be quite helpful, and some of you might guess and some of you might not, but I won't tell you whether you're right or wrong. And I'm really looking forward into developing Hadley as a character. Just chatting about my books and stuff. Thank you. And just the general universe. I've certain things have happened, and I now find myself in a position where I'm able to go live on a regular basis in the morning, and the lives are just going to develop. I hope to develop over time and try and build the community that I'd like to, because having X amount of followers is great, but I'd like to try and build a community as well where we can come and chat about all sorts of pop culture and trivia and stuff. So this is just an introduction, really, and I'll probably look at doing a few more videos later on in the week and be a bit more prepared. One thing I will admit, I'm a little bit unprepared for certain things. The idea is just to come on, say hi, show you the brains behind the story, and have a chat and see how people are. Anyone watching this, if you leave me a comment, say just where you are in the world and what the weather's like. I'm in Hertfordshire in England, and thank you. And yeah, weather's a bit gloomy. It's too early in the morning. I haven't had a coffee. Tomorrow I might have a coffee beside me and chat. But yeah, it's just really to reach out to people that watch the channel. I don't want people to think that the channel is just a one and done, and I don't appreciate people taking the time to watch the videos and leave a comment. So I'm not very good at responding to comments on the videos, so this is just kind of my way of hopefully making it up to people that do take the time to leave a comment or give me a thumbs up. So yeah, thank you. I'm going to be here for another 10 minutes or so, and one thing that I struggled with, because I was working full time and I always wanted to go live on here, but I was tired in the evenings and just couldn't really fit it in, because my daily schedule is write, do some narration, do a bit more writing. I'm trying to learn Blender as well, the 3D software, so that rather than just write stories and do audio books, I can bring the characters to life in 3D, and that's taken the time. Also, hopefully by the end of January, I'd like to launch an app on the Google Play Store. So I'm dabbling with game making as well. So it won't, this time next year, I would hope to have at least 2 episodes of The Salamander, which is a story about some bounty hunters, not bounty hunters, some smugglers, and people that are just trying to struggle. They're struggling in the universe, they're just trying to get by, but they're not bad people, but they just end up doing dodgy things. So that's The Salamander, and there is an episode of that on the channel where I was using AI. Now, I'm a one-man band, so the AI stuff is really helpful and beneficial to me, but I appreciate it doesn't always give me the quality that I want, which is why I've started to learn how to do these things myself with Blender and Game Maker, because I haven't got a pot of money that I can just dip in and say, right, can you make that for me? But it's taken its time, but I do have a vision for this channel which is different to what it used to be. This channel used to be mainly pop culture and trivia, which I'm still a big fan of. I still go to the Comic Cons, but as a fan, I also want to be someone in the industry, but in my own industry, you know, making this big rod for me back. I know, because not only do I write the stories, I'm now getting into making the films in Blender and making the games. So I think as long as the episodes are going out twice a week, hopefully that keeps you guys entertained. And as I say, I really encourage as much involvement with this channel, particularly the live videos. If you come on the live video and leave me comments and chat, you know, because it's one-to-one connection then. I get a lot of comments on my older videos, which I've not given up, but I've kind of moved on, so to the audio books, and that's really where I want to focus with this channel, is focusing on producing my own content, because it's all very well, and people have turned around and said when I've criticised other things, such as Doctor Who, for example, I was a massive fan of Doctor Who, but the storytelling I think at the moment is dog shit. Now, it's all very well saying, yeah, it's dog shit. Can you do any better? Well, that's the thing that I'm challenging myself. Can I do better than what is currently out there at the moment? I'm trying, and I would hope that the storytellings and the stories that I'm telling are intriguing and engaging, rather than just being lectured. Because Doctor Who used to be really cool. I mean, a lot of the stuff these days used to be really cool. Star Wars used to be really cool. Star Trek was really cool. But I don't like the way that things have gone in terms of the story narrative, and that's why I'm generating my own stories and getting involved in as much as I can with that creation process. Because, as I say, I want the Echoes of Betrayal to develop. That is developing. All right, no worries, mate. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. And I'll probably be on same sort of time tomorrow as well. So if you've got a chance, yeah, stop by. And I hope you have a good day as well. I'm only going to be here for another couple of minutes anyway. So yeah, I think pop culture's in the doldrums, and unless we as fans generate our own content and try and drive it forward. Thank you for your time. Cheers. Appreciate that. See you later. Have a good day. Have a good day. I think Henry Cavill, I'm a massive fan of Henry Cavill because he was asked this question in an interview about toxicity within the fandom, and he said it isn't toxicity, it's passion. And I think he's got it spot on. We're all passionate about these franchises, and you're never going to please anybody. You know, you can't please everybody, but you can certainly please the percentage by concentrating more on storytelling rather than story lecturing. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Alien franchise, and I felt really let down by Alien Earth because of the stupidity of the characters. You've got scientists in a laboratory, and they're just sitting there like I am now, no personal protective equipment on, delving with alien species, and then they escape. Now compare that to the crew of the Nostromo, who were truckers, and they're all gowned up. They've got all the PPE. They're not even supposed to be scientifically minded. So that kind of I felt let down by with Alien Earth is the stupidity of the actors, because it's the stupidity of the actors that generated the situations that they had to deal with. Alien Romulus, I was really enjoying up until the last half hour or so, and then it just kind of fell off a cliff. But I'm quite happy. I'll watch another Alien one, the sequel. I'll be interested to see what they do with the sequel. And my aim is to go and see the new Predator film. I quite enjoyed Badlands, but again, are they taking it in a direction that's going to split the fandom altogether? I hope not. And that's kind of really where, it was 1992. I come out of the cinema and it was yet another sequel, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give this a go. I've got a story to tell, and that's what I'm doing now. So there we are. So tomorrow I'm going to do a little bit more organising, and I'll be a bit more prepared for tomorrow. This was just really dabbling my foot in the water to see what response I get and how I find it. So thank you so much for taking the time out. If you are watching this and you want to let me know where you are and what the weather's like, I'll be interested. And check out the videos and leave comments. But as I say, I'm coming. Hopefully I'll be coming here on a daily basis to discuss the latest video and where the stories are going, and the other book news as well. So stay tuned. I'll be back soon, tomorrow, hopefully, all being well. And take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for stopping by. And please like, share and subscribe. I've got to say it, YouTube loves it when you say that. Cheers. He says, try and switch it off. Yay! Right, take care.